Hello, happy Wednesday, happy vlog day. A few things to get through today. One being, obviously the floods after last weekend have caused a few local problems. And as mentioned in the blog, if you do have any questions or any flood issues or potential flood issues or things that you're not too sure about within the local area, please go and talk to one of our volunteers at Garforth Flood Support Group. We've got a Facebook page. Don't think their internet page is up to date, but their Facebook page is, and obviously they've got a message on there. So if there's anything like that you're a bit concerned about or you have a problem with, they definitely are the people that will be able to help, and if not, tell you exactly where you need to go to get the answers that you need. But obviously there's a few issues where our SPB Fair Biddings is still closed because it just gets absolutely sodden, doesn't it? And then the car park's flooded and stuff, so they're still closed at the present moment. So like I said, Garforth Flood Support Group are there to help, which is great. And obviously they're there for a reason, because we've had many floods over the years. But I do have to mention that Nylands, to be fair, Red Rose seem to have, at this present moment in time, do seem to have sorted that problem out. So there's not a lot of flooding compared to us in 1962 when the bus went through and got stuck, or whatever it was. So there doesn't seem to be that much flash flooding along Nylands where there used to be. But I know with all the works that were going on Fairburn last week on the pavements, there seemed to be a little bit of flooding about. So please just go to them should you have any issues. Clocks going back on Sunday. I do like them because if you've got older children and you're not working, it's nice because you get an extra hour in bed. But the question has been put out on all the local media pages, sort of news pages like Yorkshire Evening Post and Leeds Live and whatnot, is asking the question, just to clickbait and annoy people, do we still need it? Do we still need the clocks going forward and back? Or, you know, they spring forward and they come back in the winter? No. I don't think there was many reasons for it, and we're the only country in Europe that still does it. So why? I don't know, it's a question, isn't it? I mean, I like the extra hour in bed, but the hour does bugger me up. I just constantly, especially if they go forward, I always feel like that hour takes a couple of days for me to adjust, a bit like a little mini holiday jet lag. And then the hour that you just think, oh, I could be up doing stuff. I don't. I do spend it in bed and go, it's 9 o'clock, I'm up in a minute. No, I've got another hour. Yay. But yeah, I don't think we need it anymore. Dark nights are dark nights. I suppose it's kids are home generally by when it's really dark, by even after detentions within our area, 4 or 5 o'clock. Most kids are in schools, not just Garforth, obviously, because it's not the lights that just changing Garforth. But I don't think it does have an effect anymore. You know, it was great for harvest time, I suppose. I don't know. Ask the farmers. Also, there's a few things that have been shared this week. On the 24th of the 11th, which we said it was going to happen, the last Friday in November, the Garforth Christmas lights are on. And then there's one in Aberford, and then there's also one in Kippax, obviously different dates, and we are sharing them. So you can go to all three if you want, because it's quite nice, isn't it? Take your kids to all three and then go, whose is the best? Obviously, Garforth has its Christmas market as well, and I will share details on that on the blog, because it tells you what times the road's going to be closed, I think, and what time they're going to reopen. And it's always a kick-off. Someone always kicks off about the road being closed. It's been happening for 702 years, and people still kick off about the time that the road is closed. It's one day thing for everyone to have a little bit of fun. Also moving forward, the Dassons will be playing at the Yard at 8:30, our lovely local band in and around Garforth. They're going to be playing at 8:30. And last week, obviously, you may have heard on some of the other social pages in Garforth that there was a couple of burglaries in and around sort of the Fairburns estate. Some little gits decided to take a couple of bikes and a car, a laptop, and a few other things which I'm not sure about. But it's this time of year, unfortunately, and you want to punch them in the face. because they've decided, there's the audacity of it, to come into your home or onto your land and take whatever they feel they can. And my neighbour, who was, his car was taken, he's a fireman, and he needs to get to the station at the drop of a hat when he's on call, and he can't do that. And the car company, his insurance, because it's been stolen, he can't get a courtesy car because it's not that the car is broken. That's the only time they'll give him a courtesy car. And then because they're still obviously trying to find the car, which they haven't yet, and it's been a week, and he can't get a car till the insurance sorts that out, which is a month's time. And it's just ridiculous. It's just like, you're still paying for someone being a git and taking your stuff, and he's a bloody fireman and he needs to get to work, and his car, like many things, bikes and cars that are stolen, they're for getting to places, but it's just a bugger that then you're still paying a month later. And so if you were wanting, because I did it, hands up, 2011 we got burgled, nearly a lot was taken, but luckily my lovely neighbour stopped that from happening. She spooked them because they came in about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, one summer's day, and decided to take all the stuff, put it onto the side for someone to come back and pick it up later. Little shit. But they didn't come back because, let's say, our neighbour foiled it and they just ran off with a laptop. But it's the audacity of someone breaking in, and then, only then, did we fix our alarm, get the alarm sorted, put CCTV in place, and it's silly. So don't do it afterwards, and that's speaking from experience. So if you haven't got any locks on your windows and you want to get some locks on your windows, or better locks on your gate or your shed or wherever you keep bikes or whatever it is, then come to me, Mr. Smith's locksmith, who's in Swillington. He's our go-to professional and recommended locksmith. He can adapt all that, upgrade locks, change locks, whatever. He's really good. And then Dean Simpson from Garforth Securities, he can do alarms and CCTV. So we do have people that are local that can help you. Prevention is far better than picking all the crap up afterwards and then deciding to put an alarm in. And this is not me having a sales pitch for our locksmith or security. This is just from experience. It's far better to get something in place, obviously with October half term coming up, and Christmas holidays and whatnot. So I will put them at the bottom of this blog, so you've just got some details of who you can contact should you want to upgrade things. Going on to Yap app, I do use it. I hate it with a passion, but it's also quite informative of things that happen now. And the reason, there's two reasons why I hate it. It's great because it's informative and I can just take snippets, which I do, which is generally just the text. So if anything happens locally, and I know either if it's not in Garforth or Kippax or Barrack-on-Elmet or Aberford or Micklefield or whatever, even sort of on the junctions where people may travel to get to work or it may impact them, I'll put that information out to say, just to be aware, if you're travelling this way and it's nearby, there's an accident or whatever and it's going to cause a problem, obviously stay away. My biggest thing is just stay away from where the accident is. But the two reasons why I hate it, one is they share too much. I don't want to see a picture of a smashed car, because that could be somebody I know, or it will be somebody else's, and it's a registration plate and the state of the car, and nobody really knows what's happening because they only give us a snippet of information. That I don't like. We don't need to see pictures. If the pictures were just taken down and you just showed the road where the police car was, so you could get an idea of where about the accident is, say for example if it was on Wakefield Road, that's all that's needed. We don't need to see the bloody crash, man. Take that off. And also the people that decide, if they see a kick-off or something's going on Yap app, share it, then you've got the people who report it to Yap app, and then the Yap app put the video up of that person reporting. And I don't need to hear, I love a swear, but I don't need to hear effing and jeffing and like, everyone go, man, it's bad in it, man, look at that, man, it's terrible, man, look at that. Oh. I don't need to hear all that. Nor does anybody else. We just need to know the details to stay away. On the good news is Gara. I saw chairs, wrapped up chairs upstairs yesterday as I passed. I went, and all the lights are on. So I don't think we're that far away. It's quite exciting. The car park up by the Canton Flavour and in between the Co-op Funeral is under offer. It was up for 50 grand, dead cheap. I think a couple of things could potentially work there, but again, it'll be in planning and people, not in maybe good. but it's under offer, so I'm hoping I'm going to keep my eye on planning, because obviously it'll be change of use, whatever it is that comes along. Hospitality, I'm quickly going to go over that because I know we're ticking on time. But after speaking to a couple of our local businesses in hospitality, business is all right, but what's killing them, like everybody else, is the cost of living, and some of their overheads with energy is gone from, I don't know, 10 grand to like 20 grand in it for a year. And for a small business, that's a lot of money. So I please ask you just to support your hospitality businesses. Go and eat at your restaurant, go to your takeout, go and pick up something if it's in a restaurant, go to your coffee shop, because they really, really need you. And there was something on Steph's Pack Lunch last week. I think Cielo said this week that Cielo shared it. It's really, really difficult. It's more difficult now. Simon Rimmer was saying on Steph's Pack Lunch, it's more difficult now for hospitality than it was even in COVID, because there was some help. So just be mindful of that. Some of their increases have just gone up tenfold. I would like to keep them. On a fun note, which I'm going to leave, and I'm off to the station house tonight. Exciting. Love it. Anywho, some marketing strapline ideas, which I always think that, you know, could go underused. Second play on words, and I just think, make somebody smile with your strapline or your logo. As long as you can read it, you can understand it, you can spell it, you can find it. They're the biggest things. But let us, Lettuce, make your lunch. Serving happiness one plate at a time. Deliciousness served fresh daily. Fuck yeah. Eating here because hungry is a real emotion. If I was you, I'd be eating right here now. Strap lines, use them. Put them on your window, put them on your A-boards. The Newmarket Inn was really good at it. Stop, look, let people see, have a bit of a laugh with it, and keep people smiling and get them into your business. Let us make your lunch. Fuck yeah.